Hello everyone and welcome back on BlockGems. On BlockGems we talk about what is going on in the non-fungible tokens space, and today we're going to discuss the massive amount of hype that the NFT space at large has seen just in the last few days. We have seen billionaires talking about their investment in collectibles in the NFT space, names such as Chamath Palihapitiya, Mark Cuban and others. And also content creators discussing this topic, very famous YouTubers discussing this topic in their channels. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the data with you guys today. In other words, what I want to do is to assess how much in measurable terms this hype has been translated in dollar amounts, in actual dollar amounts poured into the space. So, of course, there are so many narratives that are justifying this kind of investments. There are so many reasons why you might want to put your money in some collectibles in the space. But I would like now to look at how much money has been poured into the space just in the last few days, just to quantify the amount of this move. So, if we look at nonfungible.com, this is actually a pretty good website if you want to do some research, a pretty valuable resource to look at the most important projects in the space. We can see one very incredible fact. Actually, there's no other way to define it. If you look at projects such as CryptoPunks, this is not a project that exists since yesterday. This is a project that has been around for several years now. We can see that the volume in US dollars of the last 7 days, so the realized sales of the last 7 days in dollar amount, corresponds to more than 30% of the all-time volume in dollar amounts. This is an absolutely crazy number. An absolutely crazy proportion if you think about it. For other projects, you have numbers that are more in the 15 to 20% range, but it is still an incredible amount. If you compare, this is just 7 days of realized sales compared to the entire history of that given project. Now, this is a bird's eye view. This is a high level perspective on several projects in the space. However, what I also wanted to do is to go at the individual level. So discuss individual projects or individual artists or contributors to the space and how they are faring, what is going on in their sales. So I wanted to go to one of the top artists. Pak is one of the top artists in the space. Very successful projects on Super Rare, very successful projects on Nifty Gateway and Maker's Place as well. We see that in the last 7 days, he has a realized amount of sales in the neighborhood of $175,000. If we look at what he made in terms of total sales in the old time frame, we can see that the proportion of last week is mastodontical compared to his overall works and his overall sales since he started. So I'm saying this because what you see at the macro level is also occurring at the micro level for single artists, for single projects. Now, when I look at this phenomenon, I thought initially that the projects that were attracting the most attention, hence the most money, were the initial projects, so the very early editions. If you are familiar with collecting comics, with collecting trading cards, you might know that early editions of a comic, early editions of a trading card series tend to be more valuable than future editions, that more recent editions. This by and large, of course there are exceptions. And I was expecting a very similar trend here. However, let's look at other stories This is a work by Mad Dog Jones, Ideas Are the Currency. This is not a super old work. Of course, if we look at how the NFT space has been growing at the speed at which this space in general is moving, a few months are sort of years for other spaces. Okay, so this is not something new, certainly, but it's not even something super old. Now, if we look at the kind of appreciation that this work has seen, it is absolutely insane. And this doesn't even tell the full story, because the last price movements have brought the price of the item up by one order of magnitude. So this number here doesn't tell the full story, because with $1,000 you're not going to buy one of these works today. If you look at what is the supply and what is the supply side and what are the prices in the supply side for this specific item. Now, as mentioned, this is not something super old, but it's not even something super new. However, if we go look at our more recent work, this is by Hakatao, this is also work that I own, we see that this is a pretty recent product. Make no mistake, this is the 1st of February, because this is in the Central European fashion. It is the 1st of February 2021. We see an appreciation in price that is absolutely dramatic. We see that the price in just recent days has been going parabolic for a work that is just a few days old in practical terms. Now, do I believe that this kind of price movements can keep on going on indefinitely? Certainly I don't. I don't believe that this kind of price appreciation is sustainable, not by any means. So make no mistake, I'm a super bull when it comes to the NFT space, and I think that the best is yet to come. The best project, the most interesting ideas are still ahead of us, but I don't believe that these kind of price movements that can keep on going on indefinitely, which means that you do what you want with your money. This is not financial advice, but will I ape into any new project just because the proponent of the project said NFT? No, I won't. And I think that actually now more than ever, it is important that we select projects very carefully. And with that, just with this very short tour from the macro to the micro, I want to close the video. And please, if you find this content valuable, if you think this can help you in your research, in scouting the best NFTs for your collection, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Thank you very much for your time, and see you in the next video.